Yeah. Oh, there we go. Better mute.
Hello. Okay, I know you muted, so you can't talk, but I can talk. How are you guys? We're back together from your whirlwind tours. Okay, let's do this. Take your feet to the edges of the mat, right in the middle of the mat. You're going to put your hands on the back side and squeeze your elbows together. And while you hold that squeeze, you're just going to fold the body forward and then come back up and do it again. And keep trying to squeeze the elbows together so you have a nice proud chest. You're just going to go up and down a few more times. Now make sure you're hollowing out the belly, right? Super important. Okay, now release the arms. Take a nice big deep breath. Reach the arms nice and long. And then take it all the way down slowly. Let your head go. You're just going to hang out here. We're going to get some good blood flow to our face. Open up your ribs by breathing. Big, huge breaths. Keep your legs straight if you can get them. And just totally unweight the upper body. So make sure you're bending through the arms. Now we're going to take the fingertips to the floor. Inhale and extend the back so your spine is nice and long. Shift your hips backwards and try to walk your fingers forward so we get a nice stretch through the lats. And then fold it all the way back down again. Make sure your neck is nice and long so you're not holding up the head. We're going to roll up slowly, rounding through your back. Nice. Now, once you're standing nice and tall, we're going to sweep this right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Try to really reach like you're trying to touch the ceiling and then start to go over towards the left. So your arm is nice and long. You're getting a nice side body stretch all the way down through the hip. And then let's do the same on the opposite side. Get the arm up and then really give it that extra big reach before you start to take it over. Hold here for some nice big deep breaths. And then come back up. Now you're going to make a fist. Sweep those elbows back. As far back as you can get them. Fold halfway down. Come back up. So each time you go down, see if you can go a little lower. Still keeping the spine long. Elbows staying nice and high. One more. Now just release the arms and hang out here for a few breaths. Now take your feet and bring them in so they're hip width apart. Try to keep the legs nice and straight. You're going to inhale and extend the spine. Walk the fingers forward. Shift your hips backwards. One more time. And then exhale, fold it all the way down. Stay here for 3 big deep breaths. This time we're going to cross the arms. So you're really unweighting the upper body completely. And then release the hands down to the floor. Inhale and extend the spine. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Let's all meet in a high plank position. And then take it right to a down dog. So we want to be pushing the heels towards the floor so we get that nice stretch through our calf muscles. Get the legs nice and straight if you can. Always taking big, deep breaths. Now let's bring ourselves back to a high plank. Step your feet into bear. And just hold your bear just for a few breaths. And now let's put the knees down on the floor. We're going to do some nice cat-cows to stretch out our back. So you're going to round the back, let your head relax. So you're just looking through your knees. Now try to shift the hips back a little bit. And then reverse it. So you're really sinking through the arms. You're drawing the belly in and you're taking your gaze forward. So you have a big arch in the back. But really pull that stomach in. It helps to protect your back. And let's reverse it. Try to get as big of an arch through that back as you can. So you're creating a lot of space between those shoulder blades. Shift your hips back a little bit. And then reverse it. Now come to a neutral spine and just lower your chest through the arms without bending at the elbows. And then push away. And do it again, lower down. And press away. And keep going. Couple more. Great way to bring blood flow to our shoulders. Now find a neutral position that feels good. Come off your knees so you're right back into your bear. And from here, go to a small downward dog. 5 big deep breaths. We'd like our heels on the floor now with our legs nice and straight. And now we're going to walk our feet all the way up to the hands. You're going to inhale and extend the spine. And we're going to reverse it. Come all the way back up. Flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. And then swan dive it all the way down. Nice and slow. Inhale, extend, flat back. Exhale, fold. Palms down, step back to a high plank. Knees down. We're going to hover. And then we're going to meet an up dog. I like putting my knees down just the first time through, kind of easing into it. So now let's tuck the toes under, lift your hips up and go right back to a down dog. 5 big deep breaths. Nice. Now step your left foot up between your hands. You're in a runner's lunge, fingertips only on the floor. And from here, we're going to sweep the arms out to the side, start to lift the torso up, open the palms to face the ceiling. You're going to sweep those arms back as you reach to touch both sides of your room. And now sweep them up. Try to get the arms nice and long. Now we're going to elevate that heel in the back as high as you can. Now we're going to bring our hands to heart. Whoops, don't do that. Bring your hands to heart. Now give me a big forward lean. Once you've got that big forward lean going, I want you to rotate towards the left. Just hang out here for a few breaths. Come back square, and let's rotate the opposite way. Feeling a little bit more of that inner thigh when you go to the right. Square out those shoulders, lift them up so they're over the hips, and then sweep the arms back up. Keep that back heel up nice and high. So right now you're getting a nice big stretch through this front hip flexor. And now we're going to take the arms down. We're going to start to lean forward, go all the way down with the hands, step back to your plank. Pick up that left leg. And then switch, pick up the right one. Put it down. Let's take it to a down dog. You're here for 5 deep breaths. Pushing those heels towards the floor. And let's bring the right foot up so you're in your runner's lunge again. And take those arms out to the side, come up. Once the arms are parallel to the floor, flip the palms and try to reach to touch both sides of your room. Move the hands as far back as you can get them, and then sweep them up. Lift your back heel up as high as you can. And now bring your hands to heart and give me that big forward lean. You should feel most of your weight in the right leg. Once you got that going on, rotate to the right. Getting the outside of that hip and glute working. Now come back square and let's go the opposite way. And square out those shoulders, bring them back up. Reach the arms all the way up, nice and long. Back foot is really high, that heel, so you're really on your toes. Nice, now let's take it down nice and slow. Step back, we're gonna meet in plank. This time we're gonna do a little hover to up dog, maybe with your knees off the floor. Once you're there, tuck those toes back under, take it to a down dog. So here we're gonna lift the left leg up. Little higher. Get a little edgy today, like really challenge yourself. Pull that belly button in. Put that foot down, come back and meet me in your plank. Pick your right leg up. And switch, take the left one up. Put it down, back to that down dog. This time we pick up the right leg. Nice and high. Pulling your stomach in. Nice, easy breathing in and out through the nose when the work is challenging. Little higher. Keeping those hips square. Come back to plank. Step your feet into bear. Shift your hips backwards. Keep your knees low if you can. If this feels uncomfortable, just don't do it. Come back to bear. Rock it backwards again, nice and slow. And back to bear. And one more time. From bear, back to the small dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Meet me in a full forward fold, cross the arms. Nice big deep breaths here. Release the arms, roll yourself back up, one vertebrae at a time. Big sweep up of the arms. Reach for the ceiling. Now I want you to lift the shoulders up too. So every part of your body is trying to reach long. And then relax. Nice. Big deep breath. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale down. Walk your hands forward. Meet me in your high plank. Let's do a little hover. Go to up dog. Toes tuck under. You're in down dog once again. Lots of breathing. Okay, we're going to step forward with your left foot. Meet me in that runner's lunge again. Arms sweep out to the side. Keep them long as you rise back up. Sweep the arms all the way up to the ceiling. And now we're going to turn to face the right side of the room. So your back foot turns to a 45-degree angle, and it's nice and flat on the floor. Give me a little bit more bend here in your front leg, and keep reaching the arms long. Now take this front palm, sweep it to face up, and reach it all the way up as your backhand rests on your leg. Reverse warrior. Now I'm going to take this forward arm to my thigh, and I'm going to bring my right arm right over the ear, nice and long. To amp this up, the left arm reaches towards the side of the room. It comes off that front leg, so you're using your core strength here to balance. And from here, we're just going to take both hands down to the floor. Step back, meet me in your plank. From here, you're in down dog. You're taking 5 big deep breaths. Come back to plank. Let's do a little hover. Right to up dog. Tuck your toes under, meet me in down dog. This time the right foot comes forward, back to that famous runner's lunge. Arms sweep out to the side as you rise back up. Flip the palms, reach for the ceiling. Get nice and high on your back foot. And from here, we're going to turn to face the left side. Give me that big bend in your front leg. Back foot's nice and flat on the floor. You're going to lower this front arm down, take the right arm over the ear. And if you can, take that arm off the leg, reach it towards the left side of your room. Keep that bend in that front leg. And take both hands, frame that front foot, step back, meet me in your plank. Pick up your left leg. And switch, pick up the right. Put it down. Walk your feet a little further back. Walk your hands a little further forward, maybe to the corners of the front of your mat. So your shoulders way behind the wrists. Changing up the angle of the plank. Hold here and breathe. Please make sure you don't drop your head. Belly button is working to get up and in towards the spine as you breathe. 5 more deep breaths. Put your knees down, open them nice and wide, grab a towel for your forehead. We're taking it to a nice child's pose. Relaxing, breathing, chilling out. Nice. Okay, come on up. So you're sitting on your knees here if you can. If not, you can always tuck a towel behind the knees or a pillow. It's just a great opportunity to release through your ankles, your shins, even all the little muscles around the knees. So we're just going to sit here for a breath or two more. And now meet me on all fours. We're going to tuck the toes under so you feel nice and stable. Take the left hand up to that left ear, and then I want you to lift that left shoulder as high as you can get it, with the elbow rotating up. And then cross that elbow all the way over to the right one and sweep it back up again. And cross it. And lift it. And cross it. And put it down. Do the same on the right. So it's really lifting the shoulder, the elbow goes up, but your action is through that shoulder. Cross it over. And lift it. Try to keep your hips really quiet. It's really only a nice little torso twist going on here. Remember, it's all about moving your body. However, which way you do it, it's all beneficial. Okay, put that hand down. We're going to take the hands to the front corners of the mat. You're going to hover your hips over your heels. Your toes are still tucked under. And let's see if we can lower the chest towards the floor, keeping the forehead up. Now take your left palm, rotate it so it faces up. Lift that hand off the floor an inch. Keep the arm long. Close it and relax. Open the right palm, lift it and reach it. This should not feel easy. Keep alternating from side to side and keep that reach really strong. It's a really great way to open your shoulders. A few more. Nice. Now come back onto all fours. You're going to tuck your toes under, take it to a small dog. Walk your feet all the way, your hands, I'm sorry, back to your feet. Meet me in a full forward fold here. Chill out and breathe. Inhale, extend the spine. Shift those hips backwards. Exhale, fold back down. You guys ready for a little balance challenge here? So we're going to take both hands, hold on to your left ankle or your shin. Now transfer all your weight. So kickstand the right foot. So just get onto the toes of the right foot. So you've got 95% of your weight in that left leg. You're getting it ready to sweep the right leg backwards. Let's try it. Just single leg balance pose here. Lift that back leg up as high as you can. Hold on to your ankle and just relax and breathe. You always have the option to take your hands on the floor out in front of the standing leg. And now lower the right leg, switch your hands, kickstand that left foot. Get that right leg ready. When it is, you take that left leg back. Lift the leg as high as you can get it. Bring the hands out in front if you need a little help. And when you're ready, put that left foot back down on the floor. You're going to inhale and extend the spine. And we're going to reverse it, come all the way back up, reach for the ceiling. Swan dive it all the way down again. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Step back, meet me in your high plank. We're going to do a little hover, meet in up dog. And then slowly lower back down to your baby cobra. So you're on your forearms, your hips are on the floor. You're trying to broaden through the shoulders. Draw the belly in as you breathe. Nice. Now, lower your chest. I want you to extend your arms forward. I want you to cup your fingers so the arms are not touching the floor. Your neck is long. Your face is looking straight down. Draw your belly up and in. And then lift both of your hands and move them backwards a few inches. Still cup them. Lift them and move them back a few more inches. They're going to end up eventually all the way down by the sides of your legs. Lift them up, move them. Make sure you're getting some height when you lift. And make sure you're not holding your head up so your neck feels chill. Lift and move them back. Lift and move them back. Crowd out your chest. Try to lift your chest up off the floor a little bit. So you really feel the muscles along your spine activate. Lift the arms, move them. They're probably getting pretty close to your thighs by now. Move them again. Keep the chest up. Move them forward. Again. And again. And again. And again, and then relax. You're going to turn your head to the side, just chill out, bring your arms wherever they're comfortable. Take some big, deep breaths. Okay, lift the face up, look at the floor, hands by your chest. You're going to sweep yourself up, tuck your toes under, and meet me in a down dog. Come back forward to your plank. So make sure your shoulders are over the wrists. From here, without putting the knees down, if you can do it, we're going to lower down onto the forearms, so you're in a low plank. And we're going to turn onto the right forearm facing the left side of your room, so you're in a low side plank. Come back onto both forearms. Get onto the left one, facing your right side. Right arm is up, your feet are stacked. Hold and breathe. Option to always put that bottom knee down if you need a little help. Back to your forearms. Now, without putting your knees down, if you can, meet me back in a high plank. Shoulders over your wrists. And take it to a down dog. Little reprieve here, take lots of deep breaths. Child's pose is always an option. Come back to plank. Put your knees down, tuck your toes under, shift your hips backwards, slide your hands forward, modified child's pose. Keep your arms nice and long. Now we're just going to inch the hands to the right so they're off the mat. Don't move your hips. You're trying to feel a stretch through your left side body, specifically the quadratus lumborum muscle, the culprit for a lot of sore lower backs. Take some deep breaths. Forearms are still off the floor. You're reaching those fingers out as far as they can. Now, inch them back, however you want to bring them back, and then take it to the other side. Your hips stay nice and square. Once you've gone a little bit to the side here, reach them out. Make sure your neck is nice and neutral. Okay, bring the hands back, come back up, meet me in your quadruped position. We're going to do a few cat-cows. Go at your own pace. Incorporate your breath when you begin each movement. And back to the scapular. So you're going to lower the chest through the shoulders and then push away. Just do that a few times. Nice. Now find a neutral spot. Take your left arm forward and your right leg backwards. Both are nice and long. And try not to shift your hips to the left. And then switch sides. Right arm forward, left leg backwards. And back to all four. You're going to kick those feet out to the side, have a seat, meet me in your staff pose. So you're sitting up nice and tall. Your feet are long and flexed. You walk your hands between those legs. When you can't keep that spine long anymore, fold down, let the head go. And then take it back up, back to staff pose. Bring your arms out in front, or you can cross and hold your opposite shoulder. You're going to C-curve the spine, and you're going to come down nice and slowly. Draw the belly in. And then once you get there, head relaxes on the floor. Take the arms all the way back. I want you to point your toes. Try to be nice and flat on your shoulder blades and just breathe. And now bring the arms back up by your side on the floor, palms face down. You're gonna step your feet in, and we're gonna rock our pelvis forward or down, and then back and up. And just sort of go at a pace that feels right for you. And try to bring your breath. And now we're gonna, as we rotate the pelvis up, you feel your low back skin on the floor. I want you to walk your heels a little closer to your rear end and then push up through the heels and meet me in a bridge. It's just a nice little massage for your upper back and a little work for your glutes. Lower back down slowly, roll the pelvis down, flip it back up and roll it up again. It's all about pushing through the heels to activate these glutes. So make that your focus. When you rock your pelvis, I know you know to draw the belly down. So I don't even need to mention it, right? We're going to do this one more time. And now take it down. You're going to bring your left knee into the chest. So clasp those fingers together around the knee or shin. Slide your right leg down along the floor. Flex the right foot. I want you to try your best to keep the right calf on the floor. So take the back of that right knee and push it down. And once you got that going on, try to pull the left knee in even closer. Now take this left knee, release it so you're only holding it with your left hand. I just want you to open that leg out to the side a little bit. So this turns into a stretch through the groin and inner thigh of the left leg. Should feel good. Now let's bring the knee back in, send that leg all the way back down along the floor. Push the left calf and the back of that knee down into the floor, and then bring the right knee up and in. Give it a big old hug. And just hold that knee now with that right hand and try to gently open that right leg out, keeping your lower back and hips pressing down into the earth. This is getting us ready for a figure four stretch. So you're going to bring that knee back up. You're going to bring the other knee into the chest. We're going to massage our lower back by making a small circle. Change the direction, do it a few more times. And now let's put the left foot down, take your right foot, sit it on that thigh. Keep the right foot flexed and try to move the right knee forward. Your arms are just going to chill out and relax here. We're not going to use them. Now take that right knee, pull it in, and then move it back out. So you're just sort of working on a little hip mobility here by moving it in and out. Don't just go where it's easy. Try to get it out even further every time, or in even closer. So we're trying to improve mobility. Now hold it out and pick the left foot up and use that right foot to push. So you're creating a bit of tug of war here. PMF stretching at its best. So the left knee's trying to get in and the right foot's trying to push it out. And then put both feet back on the floor, hip width apart. Let's rock the pelvis a few times just as a reset. Now find a nice neutral place. Take the right foot to the left, flex it. Now, push the knee forward first, as far as it can go. And then bring it in, as close as you can get it. And just keep going out and in. Very slow, very deliberate, very enjoyable. Try to get it a little further out if you can. Hold it out. Keep the arms relaxed. Let's have this little tug of war. So lift that right foot up. Try to use the left foot to push the right leg out. And then use the right leg to try to bring it in. It's a fight. Fight for it. And then relax both feet to the floor. Smaller bend in the knees, so slide the feet out a little bit. Keep them a little bit wider than the width of your hips. Now I want you to be nice and flat in your shoulder blades. Let the knees just fall to the right. Take your left arm straight back behind you. Spread those fingers wide and give me a big, strong reach. Now take that left knee and try to move it down towards the floor. Feeling a nice stretch through that whole left side. Now bring the arm back up, straight up towards the ceiling. Keep your legs the same. Now take that arm out to a 45-degree angle from the body. So you feel more of a stretch across the chest. Bring the arm back in, let it rest down on the floor, bring your knees back up, and we're going to the other side. Right arm up and straight back. Try to take that right knee, try to press it down as you breathe. Now bring the arm back up, go 45. So you get your chest. No bend in that right arm. It's working right now. It's reaching out. And bring the arm in, one leg up at a time. I want you to just connect the bottoms of your feet with those legs bent and just let the knees splay open. Your arms are just resting on the floor. Just hang out here, maybe add a little gentle rock side to side, not necessary, but if it feels good, why not? You want to just try to relax those inner thigh muscles and allow those knees to maybe get a little closer to the floor. Use your breathing to help you relax through it. Okay, let's bring the knees back up. Feet are hip width apart. I want you to rock your pelvis a few times. Find a nice neutral spot. Walk your feet this time a little closer than hip width, and then let the knees fall to the right. Take this left arm straight up to the ceiling and open it out to the side this time. So your wrist and shoulder meet in the same line. Keep that hand off the floor, the left one, just reach along. And then bring the arm in, one knee at a time, come up, and the knees are gonna float down to the opposite side, and you're gonna extend your right arm straight out to the side. It's a different angle of stretch for the chest, and over the top of that right leg is where you should be feeling this. Keep that right hand off the floor so you have the ability to reach the arm long. And now bring the arm in, bring one knee up at a time. Pull the knees up and into the chest. We're going to hold the knees and make big circles. So open them wide, push them forward, bring them in, do it again. Couple of times in one direction, a couple of times in the opposite direction. Nice. Now, take those feet and knees and rock yourself all the way forward and up onto your toes. Let's get nice and high on the pads of our feet so we get a nice little stretch for the feet. And from here, meet me in a full fold. Just let your torso completely unweight. And now you're going to roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. Take a nice big deep breath. Reach for the ceiling. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Woohoo! We are done.
Hello, thank you.
Hello.